All right, excited to welcome on to the Breakaway one of the newer players this year, AJ Edwards. What's up, man? Thanks for coming in and doing this.
Thanks for having me.
What have you listened to any episodes? Do you have any idea what to expect today?
Honestly, I've listened to a little bit of one episode with Ryan Spalding, but
Okay.
not much.
Well, we're going to talk a lot about the same things because you got a nice head of hair, and so does he. But no, I'm excited to talk to you. Excited that you're here. I know you just mentioned before we recorded that you're rooming with LJ Lewis Jameson. What has that been like for you? If you've understood the accent a little bit more as the time has gone on.
Yeah, honestly, the first day was the only day that I struggled with it.
Yeah.
After that, I was a little bit of his translator to some of the guys.
Oh, really?
I take him and Ryan home, so Ryan struggled to understand it for a little bit. I was the translator, but yeah, no, it's going good.
That's
Definitely
great.
Fun,
That's great.
Funny guy.
You played previously for the Town, and this is really, in a way, your first true pro experience living on your own. I mean, just getting the actual full experience. So what has that been like for you?
It's been good. A good adjustment, maturing. I feel like I've been maturing, but this is definitely a big step. Living away from my mom making me dinner every day, having to cook all the meals, It's a big change for me, but it's been good. Definitely a good adjustment.
Has your cooking gotten better? Or?
Honestly, I haven't made one meal that hasn't been good.
Oh, all right. There you go. Well, give us a preview, man. Like, what are the things that have been good?
Salmon, steak. I make a little bit of everything, a lot of protein.
Do you and like LJ, do you guys share? No.
Nah, one guy will cook first, next guy will go up, or I'll go first, he'll go second, vice versa.
But you guys don't cook for each other though?
Nah, never. We've never tried each other's cooking.
Wow.
Never.
That's the next step, man. That's the next step.
One day.
LJ is he said it on the podcast. He likes to go out on weekends potentially when there's after the game or whatever. Are you on the same boat with him on that or no?
Not on his level. I do like to enjoy myself, going out with the boys, and having a good time. But that guy's a little different. He's a fun time though. Good time though.
All right. So you played. You grew up in San Jose, came through the Earthquakes Academy, played it at UCLA. So this is kind of your first experience in. I know San Jose is considered NorCal, but in the Sacramento area, like. You've obviously been around California a lot. What has been your impression of Sacramento being here for the short period of time you have been?
I honestly think it's similar to San Jose. I think it's like a fast pace. Today I hit some traffic and I'm used to the traffic. So, but I think it's very similar. I think very diverse. A lot of different food. That's you could try whatever you want. There's everything you think of, but. It's been a good adjustment. I have some family in Elk Grove, so that's helped as well. Not too far. So
that's nice, man. Okay, so the real question though is we drew Earthquakes coming up in the Open Cup. That's obviously your former team. You're from San Jose. How much does that excite you to go back there and then play at PayPal Park?
Very exciting. Just being at that in the facility every day, the locker room every day, just being there. It's going to be exciting to be back and play against the guys that are over there. And have some of the family and friends that are also in the area come to the game and support us. It'll be a good game for sure.
They got a new coaching staff this year, obviously Bruce Arena. Do you know a lot of the players and the coaching staff still there or no?
I was there for a little bit in preseason, so I knew a lot of the guys just from training with them, and then the coaching staff I knew them a little bit, but not too much. But I definitely know a lot of the guys, so it'll be good. It'll be good to see them.
So you played obviously with the Town, which is part of San Jose's feeder system, right? Part of their team too, basically. Yeah. What was that process like for you? Just kind of trying to find your footing as a professional athlete.
It was. I'd say it made it easier knowing that I played with the guys in the academy. I played for their academy and then went to college for a little bit and then came back, and some of the guys were still there, so that helped. But it was cool just knowing that you had like first team coaches watching you all the time, just more motivating, just trying to get to that next level, wherever that may be. So I was lucky to have a decent season and end up in Sacramento. So
what was the process like getting the call, having the conversations with your agent, with the team here at Republic to make the decision to come here?
Actually caught me off guard a little bit. I was with another team in Miami for their preseason, and I was on the phone with my agent. He called me and said, "Yo, Sac wants you." I was on the phone with them and just caught me off guard. I thought I was going to be living in Huntsville, Alabama for a little bit.
Okay.
And I was very happy to come back to NorCal, I was happy to be back. So
That's awesome, man. Okay, so I want to ask a little bit about your play style and the team's form recently. Now, obviously not in the place we want to be in the standings, but what's the message from Neil? It seems like he's got a pretty calm message of like, hey, we've had a lot of injuries. We've been playing well, maybe not got the results we wanted, some mental lapses here and there. But like, what's been the message to the team to stay positive, stay focused at this point of the season?
Yeah, like you said, stay positive. I think that's the main thing for us that we've been trying to stay on. It's obviously not the start to the season that we expected or would ever want, but it's a long season and we know we have a lot of time to turn it around. So at the end of the day, it's on us to just turn it around and finish these games out and get those 3 points.
We got the Jaeger Cup coming up this Saturday. So now we've got 3 competitions competing in it at one time with Open Cup, Jaeger Cup, and the USL Championship. How much do you guys, as we're hearing sirens from outside, how much do you guys have to balance kind of the different, obviously rotationally, from the depth is a huge aspect of it, but how much is that a factor for you guys heading into another one?
That's a huge factor. I mean, like you said earlier, Neil has mentioned we have some injuries, so a lot of it's just managing legs and trying to keep all the guys healthy and keep them fresh so that we can play. We have 3 games, I think, in 6 days coming up pretty soon, so it'll take a toll, but we have to be ready to keep going and get those 3 points every game.
Well, last week was one of those 3 games in a short period of time. Yeah. So how is kind of recovering after the game on Saturday in Phoenix, kind of getting everybody back to having a full week of training before the match on Saturday?
It's been good. We had 2 days off this past weekend, so that was huge. We don't get that often, so being able to just chill and stay off your feet for 2 days was very nice. Getting to spend time with family and friends for Easter. But. Yeah, no, we don't get 2 days off very often. So
that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. So I want to ask a little bit about your play style. I know I mentioned that a second ago, but talk to me about like how are you trying to fit into this roster? Obviously, you came in a little bit later than some of the other players who have signed or have been here. So what was it like trying to come in and put a staple on? Here's what I can do. Here's what I can do here. What has that process been like as you try and gel with the players?
I mean, it's always a learning process. It's every team you go to is going to play a different formation, different style. So with us having wingbacks, I think that's been my biggest change from last year to this year. I have to be more defensive sometimes, play as a defender. So that's been the biggest difference. But, I'm trying to still stay up top, scoring some goals, assists, just helping the team, whatever I have to do to get the job done,
Are there certain pieces about having to come back and play a little bit of defense on the backside on like what are some of the things that you've started to realize, hey, I got to be doing this, I got to be doing that is kind of been different for you from not having to do that?
I'd say the main thing is the fitness, being able to just get up and down the sideline. You're playing as a right wing, but you're also a right back. Yep. So you have to defend, but you're also attacking. Just being able to, just keep making those runs, be an option for your teammate, help defensively, cross balls, whatever that is, I'd say the fitness part of that has been the difference for sure.
What's the camaraderie like in the locker room? We've talked about how the culture with different players who've been on the podcast, how culture is such an important piece of a team's success. Like you mentioned, haven't got off the start we wanted, but is the culture and the camaraderie, the belief in each other still there in the locker room? I know it's early in the season, so I'd imagine it is, but I want to just make sure that is still an important piece for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all of the players know that we're capable of winning, honestly, every game we've played. It's just been on us to finish the game out. So at the end of the day, we can't turn on each other because, like you said, it's a long season. We have a lot more games to play. So got to stay positive, and we have been. I think we've been very good at that. So I think we just got to get the job done,
Yeah, it seems like, there's been a lot of leads that have been given up in later in games, or at least what has been the kind of thought process and the talking through some of those out of this last Saturday's game and then previous games too, of like how do you guys try and fix that going into the middle part of the season?
It's just honestly staying focused until that last whistle, not clicking out on whether it's a last corner or open play, counterattack, just making sure we finish the game out, whatever that is. If we need to score a goal to just hold the lead, just making sure that we're doing whatever it takes to get those 3 points. Can't switch off before that last whistle. So that's been our biggest issue, the finishing games out. So I think that's where we're trying to focus on and go from there.
What's your experience been like playing in home matches in front of the Republic fans. Probably a little different than maybe what you expect. I mean, San Jose's got a good crowd, but like, what has that been like for you, being able to enjoy that a little bit?
It's been cool. Before I came out here, I heard Sacramento was actually very supportive of their teams, and even in preseason, you could see like the fans wanted to be there. And then the game against New Mexico, there was a lot of fans, so it's been cool getting the crowd there and just hearing them cheer you on. Full 90 minutes. It's been cool.
I want to ask just to get to know you a little bit. So just talk me through at what point, in your youth playing soccer for Earthquakes Academy, how early were you playing for their academy?
I joined their academy in 6th grade, so like U14, I want to say. I think that's when I joined.
Okay.
I actually joined as a DP, so I was playing up, like trying to just, push myself because I was a pretty big kid compared to kids my age, so I was just trying to get pushed around a little bit. But yeah, I think in 6th to 7th grade, that's when I finally committed to soccer. I played basketball, and I liked basketball a lot, but soccer just took my heart. I got to travel the world and go from there. So just I think 6th grade is when I joined Quakes Academy, and then was with them for 4 or 5 years. Went to Deanza Force Academy, and then I went back to Quakes for 2 years, and then UCLA. So
wow, what was
a little bit?
Yeah, no kidding. What was the playing and the recruiting process like to go to UCLA? And what was, that's obviously a very prestigious school, and then being able to go there and wear that famous logo on a kid has got to be pretty special.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to not have to really be too stressed out about the recruiting process. Luckily, I was ranked pretty high, so I remember on the first day of recruitment day, a lot of coaches were calling me, and I knew I didn't want to go to the East Coast, so I just told a lot of the coaches probably won't be coming. So I went on 3 visits, and then I remember I was gonna commit to a school, and then UCLA called me. And I knew I had to go visit it, and once I got there, I was like, I can't pass this up.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And your experience there, I'm sure, was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. Met a lot of good people, made good connections for sure.
That's great. What was the were you able to go to a lot of MLS games out there, the Galaxy, the FC games?
Yeah, I went to a decent amount of LAFC games.
Yep.
At the time, we had one of my friends from Academy was playing there. So
right on.
I was able to get some tickets a lot. So no, it was good time over there for sure.
So what is it? So you mentioned you're picking between basketball and soccer growing up. Was there one that you were more of a fan of as a younger kid, or was it something that you were just kind of depending on the skill level as we get?
I enjoyed playing basketball more.
Okay.
I think when I was younger, I was better at basketball. Just like I said, I was bigger than most kids my age.
Yeah. I can't relate.
Yeah. But I think soccer, overall, was just going to take me farther.
Yeah.
I was able to, get some of my education paid for. I was able to, travel the world, like I said, for basketball. I was going to Reno, Vegas, LA. And I was able to travel internationally for soccer a couple of times. So I think it was definitely the right decision.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what's it been like for you in Sacramento so far? You're not too far from home, but I imagine it's kind of a new world, a lot of new places to explore. So what's that been like?
It's been good. I've been trying to try out some new food spots.
Yeah.
Just trying to adventure around and see what I can find.
What have you been trying?
I've tried Zocalo, a Mexican restaurant.
Yep. I'm familiar.
I like going there. The Morning Fork.
Yep.
Went there for brunch with my mom. That was a good spot.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, just finding little holes in the wall that I can just walk by, just walking in downtown.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you have the chance to go to a Kings game?
I did, yeah. I went when they played the Celtics. That was pretty cool. Got to watch, the boys play against Jason Tatum. That was a good game to be at. That was sick. But I know, came a little too late. I wanted to go to a couple more games, but just moved out here a little too late.
Yeah. Well, the season ended a little earlier
than
I think we were all expecting.
I just didn't want to say that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I'll say it. All right, so the Open Cup game that you played in against El Farolito. By the way, did you know anybody from that team by the chance?
I didn't know anyone.
No.
When I played for, I think it was the Earthquakes Academy, we scrimmaged them one time.
Okay.
It's the same group of guys. They've been playing for a whole while together, but yeah, I didn't know anyone on that team.
They're a good team. They are no slouch.
Yeah, no, they're definitely a sleeper team. They definitely hold their own in the Open Cup.
Yeah, no, I think they're always the team that higher level clubs should be keeping their eye on it, is because they knocked out Monterey. They seem to do it multiple times.
Yeah.
And that was obviously a tough and gritty match. You guys were able to get the win. But what was was that your first game going full 90? I think it was, right?
Yeah, I haven't played full 90.
How was that full 90 as the wing back?
It was tough.
Yeah.
I think when I went down finally and the trainer came on, it wasn't until one of my teammates told me that we used all our subs already.
Oh, no.
Like, nice. I got to finish this game out. So I was just, honestly, at that point, it was just mentality, just trying to finish the game out, whether clearing the ball, holding it up top, whatever, winning headers, whatever I could do to just hear that last whistle.
Did you know you were going to have to go 90 before the game?
I mean, not really. I mean, you can sometimes like kind of put it together, but no, not really. It's just kind of just go based off how the game's going, you know, so. But yeah, once I heard that we have no more subs, I was like, all right, we gotta do it, you know. So,
and then it's got to be cool to be so close to home. Does your family come to a lot of games?
Yeah, my mom has been at pretty much every game. She drives from San Jose. I have some, like I said, family in Elk Grove, which is not too far. They've been at almost every game, so it's been nice having someone in the stands. You know?
It's a little closer, probably a little better drive for mom than UCLA, I would imagine.
Yeah, but my mom's my trooper. She drove to UCLA a lot to go watch me play, you know. So
that's awesome.
Definitely a lot of love there.
That's great. That's great. All right, I want to ask too, like just around Sacramento, like what guys? I mean, obviously you're rooming with LJ. He doesn't have a car, so I think you're driving him around pretty much everywhere. Are you chauffeuring a lot?
Yeah, I'm his tour guide for sure. We go out pretty much everywhere together.
Yeah,
everywhere. It's practice.
But you guys don't cook meals for each other.
Nah, I don't know. Just don't.
Interesting. Is it? I mean, you could be honest with me here. No one else is going to hear this. Is it because you don't think he's a good cook? Is that what it is?
Honestly, no.
Oh, okay.
Everything he's made looks decent.
What does he make?
Simple stuff. He likes to make. He makes eggs with he'll throw spinach in there, like a little scramble, and then maybe cook some chicken or something. But
right.
Decent. It looks decent though. Looks
okay.
edible.
So it's not. It looks edible, but not like steak, salmon.
Yeah. He buys some salmon sometimes too. He doesn't buy steak. He's not a big steak guy.
Okay.
I know that. He's always giving me a little bit of mess because I like to buy steaks. So.
Oh, he's not a fan.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah.
Interesting. What else have you guys been able to do in the city together? Or have you been able to go out with other guys? Are you doing? I mean, I haven't been here a very long time, but have you been able to go to? You've probably been to Tahoe before in your life. So most guys I ask hey, what are the things you want to do while living in Sac? But I would imagine since you've been in California most of your life, you've got to do a lot of those.
Yeah,
things.
I've been here a decent amount of times. I've been to Sac a lot actually. I mean,
really?
Yeah, I played against their academy a lot, so we would stay up here for the weekend and just explore. But I think I'm most excited about when it gets a little hotter going to the American River.
Yeah. And
just floating down it with the guys, just chilling because I know it gets very hot here.
It does. It does get hot. Did you play against any of the current academy guys who now are on the first team?
Nah, they're a little too young.
Younger?
Yeah, they're a little too young. I was playing I was back in U14, U16 academies, but it's cool to a little full circle moment.
Yeah.
Practicing at least at Casumas River.
Right.
That's where we used to play their games. So
it's
been cool though.
That's pretty wild. So and you mentioned your mom coming to watch a lot of your games. How big of a impact has she made on your life and just allowing you and encouraging you? I mean, anytime you're going to professional sports, you got to have a good backbone and good support system. What's that been like?
No, she's been huge. Just being there through honestly everything. The injuries, the good times, the bad times. She's been the person to keep me motivated, when I'm feeling off or feeling down, whatever the case may be. It's definitely important to have someone like that, like you said, as your backbone, just keeping you motivated, encouraged. So she's been huge. It's been good to have her by my side.
I got on my notes here that you're a long throw specialist. Is that accurate? That doesn't come from basketball. Where does that come from?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. It's just been for as long as I can remember, I've had a long throw in. Last year, I think I had 2 official assists, but I think we scored off 4 total corners. So, but not corners, throw-ins. Right. But it's a little bit of a special.
It's a little bit of a something that is definitely a bonus. Can make it a set piece when it's not.
Yeah. We've tried to draw up a couple set pieces off it.
All right.
It's been nice.
And then the last thing we got to talk about. I know I mentioned the hair a little bit earlier, but in terms of the daily upkeep, I would imagine it takes a little bit of time, right?
It's a process.
Yeah. How long? How long does it take you every day?
Honestly, it's the shower that takes the longest.
Okay.
That's like a 45-minute process sometimes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a little long, but sometimes I just want to like braid it so I don't have to do that process. Or I've thought about cutting it off sometimes, but it's my trademark at this point. I've had it for a while.
Yeah.
My mom actually made some stickers with my silhouette on it. Like you can see my hair. Like a lot of kids ask for like jerseys or stuff after the game, so I just hand them stickers of that instead. So I don't know. It's definitely something I can't cut off anytime soon. But
is it been weird for you when after games you're getting asked for autographs from some of these kids and stuff? Or you have
not really weird. I've at UCLA I had that experience. At the town I had that experience. I think the only difference is it's a lot more here, just because there's a lot of fans. So. But I mean, that's cool. That's that's why we play it. We like to see the kids enjoying the game. Try to be good role models to them. So,
yeah, I want to ask too about what it's been like having. You guys had Lee and Roro as your guys' captains. They were injured a couple games, so I think Vidiello was kind of the captain on the field. Is that different? You don't see the goalkeeper be the captain on the field too much. How different was that from either from your perspective or from the team's perspective to have the goalkeeper as the captain?
I mean, having the goalkeeper as the captain doesn't really change too much, because at the end of the day, like honestly, everyone on the field has to talk. Everyone has to be a voice, like the only difference with having the captain band is you get to talk to the ref a little different. Yeah. You get to go up to them and, tell them a little something that the other guys don't get to say. Yeah. So
I think Russell's been wanting the captain band just for that.
For sure. I'm sure he would love it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he would. But it's just, I think, like I said, at this level, everyone has to talk. Everyone has to be able to be a captain. You have to be able to be confident enough to tell your teammate, like, hey, do this instead if they make a mistake, or like, just be a good teammate. That's what we're all trying to do. So, like I said, I mean, yes, a goalie can have the captain band, but it's just everyone has to be a captain on the field. You have to have that captain mentality, So,
how confident are you in this group's ability to kind of weather the storm a little bit? It's weird because, again, it's not like you guys are not playing well.
Yeah.
But just the results just aren't coming. It's, had quite a few bad breaks with, penalty kicks and a couple other. So, like, Roro trying to clear a ball and it goes off somebody's head and goes in. Like, that's two of them. That should be 3 points, and we're one each. So it's hard to put that in perspective. But how much confidence and belief do you guys have in not quickly, but by mid-season, end of the season, you guys getting near to the top of the table?
I mean, we're confident. Like I said, it's a long season, and we know that we need to focus on the next game to get 3 points. We can't be looking too far ahead, taking one game at a time. So at the end of the day, yes, you're going to have those unlucky moments, those unfortunate events, but like I said, you got to get the job done. At the end, it's on us. It's not on anyone else. It's not on the coach. It's the people that are playing. It's the bench, trying to keep the people encouraged, just to keep going. So everyone just has to be ready for their opportunity and make the most of it every time. So
we got the Jaeger Cup this weekend. Have you seen the new rules after 90 for the Jaeger Cup? So it's 90 minutes, and as soon as that 90 minutes are over, it goes right to PKs. And then if you win PK, so you get 1 point for a tie after 90. If you win PKs, you get 2 points. It's like hockey rules.
That's actually how MLS Next Pro's rules are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so last year,
you're familiar.
Yeah, we went to a decent amount of PK shootouts.
Okay.
So
it's going to be PKs are fun, man. They're stressful.
Yeah, they are a little stressful, but it's always fun when you win. It's always a good time to win.
That's for sure. All right, last thing before we let you go is we appreciate you coming in. Any you got a question for me, question for us? We can talk about city, can be anything.
Favorite coffee shop in Sacramento? Are you a coffee drinker?
Yes.
Favorite coffee shop in Sacramento?
We went today.
What, and let's say favorite restaurant, whatever type of food.
All right. Favorite coffee shop for me is Temple. Have you been?
Mm-mm.
Okay, Temple's good. To me, that's my favorite. There's a lot of good ones though, a lot of close seconds, but that's the top. That's the top. So now you gotta try it.
I will. I'll go there.
Sure. You said restaurant?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean Zocalo's the one I usually say.
Okay.
I love some Zocalo tacos.
Yeah.
They got their margaritas are top notch.
I've been to Zocalo twice now. It's definitely top. I agree.
And they have they have a lot of other food beside tacos, but they have so many tacos that it's like there's so many to try from. They're all very different. Yeah, they have 3 different pork tacos. They have carnitas. They have pork shoulder. Like, it's crazy, and they're all way different. So
I got one more.
All right.
How long have you been doing this podcast, or just any podcast?
How long have I? We started this in COVID, so March 2020.
Okay, if you could go back, what would you like tell yourself, like some advice as like
good question.
On the podcast?
All right, you want me to I'll tell you all the mistakes I made. I can tell you. I can remember them off. So I quoted. So like I write note. We have notes, right? I used to write every question, and so what I would do is I would just basically go in order of my questions. So instead of it feeling like a conversation, it's more of a question and answer. So so we changed that, and it made it more conversational, made it more fun. And then so I would tell myself that, and I would tell myself to not be like, make it more fun, like have more jokes in there, like bring up fun topics, like not just about soccer. Like I think people want to get to know the players.
Yeah.
So, asking about your hair, things like that. So I would change that. In terms of like myself, we've gotten a little bit better quality of equipment. We have a real production team now.
Yeah.
And we did not have that. So that's been nice. So yeah, I think those are the main ones, but the biggest one was the questions early on
That's fair.
I was going in order, and it was going, if I go back and listen to it, I'd be like, oh my God. Yeah. It would kill me to hear it. So
more engaging.
Yeah, more engaging, and I like I said, you want to feel like you're in a conversation. You're listening to a conversation. That's kind of like more of how podcasting has changed the media environment, but it's less question. And I mean, I am asking you questions, but it feels a little bit more like a conversation rather than like a simple Q&A. But yeah, and like early on, they were going like 40, 50 minutes. And I just don't think that was needed. So now we try and stick in as you can see, we're almost at 27. Like we sneak around the 20 to 30 to 35 range, and that's about right. Because also, like, who knows? We might have you back on in 3 months, and then we don't want to hit everything in time. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's fair.
So
you got it.
Appreciate it. That's a good question, man. I appreciate it. Of course. Thank you for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. I'm a big fan of your hair.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it.
It's legit. There's been some talk about best hair on the team. I gotta be honest with you. I think you got it.
I appreciate it.
I'll let Spalding know. I'll let him know.
I think, and this is for everyone here to hear the answer why I think I have the best hair. Okay. I don't have a haircut right now, but I cut my own hair.
Oh.
I'm a self-barber right now. Once I moved up to Sac, I've been cutting my own hair. So I think that's why I should win.
I agree.
But
I agree.
I'll let the people decide.
I think that's so. And you're saying Ryan does not do that?
No.
Okay.
No, he just
Russ
he has nice hair. No, they both have nice hair.
Yeah.
No hate.
Yeah.
I just
All right. What about beard though? Like, who's got the best beard? You got a nice beard.
I'm gonna take that too. Honestly, Danny has a large beard, but it's not kept. No hate though. He got like a large beard. It's just not.
Oh,
line
man.
it up.
We should have led with this, man. 28 minutes in, we're getting into the good stuff now. All right, well, AJ, man, thank you for coming in, dude. It was nice to chat with you. Appreciate it. Glad you're here, and excited to see you continue to shine on the pitch.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it for having me. Thank you.